You got it. Phone tap back in the building. Now, that's not the same soundtrack I normally have, but man, they over here striking me. Not striking, but they won't monetize the firm, so I had to switch it up. I got some other stuff. I tried to do instrumental. They still didn't monetize it, and I want some of these people to get monetized. So I'm about to come up with another little system. But yeah, it's all good. We'll figure it out, man. I don't know how to get around that, but I like that phone tap song by the firm. But they hating on me, boy, though, so they ain't want me to do it. But man, yeah, man, we back for another episode, phone tap. This is gonna be episode 5. This gun tuber is one of my on more of an intellectual level. I'm not saying none of the rest of people aren't intellectual, just saying. But she this particular gun tuber talks about a lot of great topics and things and points of interest and things that you should be have your mind on when you're out there owning guns, riding around with them, and ownership and things that they how to defend yourself. So let me go ahead and break it down for you. Let's get her on. Go and show you what her town looks like.
Dr. T stopping by for another quick video. I just saw about 4 videos, 2 on YouTube and 2 on Facebook about
man, y'all go by Dr. T's channel, Dr. T. Subscribe.
Other or their exes.
Great lady.
So I don't know what's going on in today's climate, but I always stress for women to get legally armed. And
yes, ma'am. Get locked and loaded, ladies.
If this woman had the opportunity to get legally armed, could she have prevented the loss of life? Could someone else nearby have prevented the loss of life if they were legally armed? And I know this happens for men too, but recently, like women, it's about 4 women within the span of a week that have been unalived in different states throughout the U.S. And it's alarming because I don't know what it's going to take for people to understand the seriousness of this. No one is coming to save you.
Word up.
If you're in a domestic violence situation, and I know a lot of people who are not in them say, hey, just leave. I know that it's easier said than done. If women have children involved in the situation, it makes it even harder. And I just want people to understand that you are your first line of defense. No one is coming to save you. And it could be because they're nowhere near you to come and save you in time when you're an imminent threat for your life. So I just want women, specifically this video is just for women right now. If you have considered being legally armed, please move forward with your process. If you haven't, now is the time to get legally armed. Look into the laws in your state, find out what you need to do to, purchase your firearm, get the necessary training, get your permit, or if you're in a state where you do not need a permit, just do what you have to do to get
legally armed. Hey man, y'all go by Dr. T's channel and subscribe.
Your brother.
She drops a lot of knowledge, a lot of gems.
Uncle,
Dr. T.
They may not get there in time to save you and your children. And it's heartbreaking.
All right, you saw that, Dr. T. Yeah, Dr. T, man, she cool, man. She's a cool lady, man. So she if you go check her channel out, hit the subscribe button, and like button, and drop some comments on some of her videos. She does a lot of videos between like 3 to 10 minutes, nothing more than that. And they're usually in her vehicle, and but all her videos are very informative and hits on a lot of great points and stuff. And I agree with her on a lot of stuff. And she's, like I said, being a female gun tuber. And she's not been doing that long. I think she's around 200 subscribers, so congratulations to her. She just broke 200 subscribers. So if you watch this video, go by and subscribe to help her channel out. And she's only doing it for a short while, but very good content. A lot of people like her. A lot of people follow her. So we're going to try to get her on the phone real quick. So let's see if we can get Dr. T on the phone. I like her name too, Dr. T. It sounds tight. Let's see here. See if we can get her on the phone. Let's see if we can get her on the phone. Yeah, Dr. T. So definitely go by and drop a sub for her. Let's see if we can get her on the phone. go. Dr. T. See if we can get her.
Hello.
Hey, Dr. T. This is Eyes and Ears Tactical.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Yeah, try to get you on the phone tap. We got you on the phone tap right here. Got you live in the studio.
Awesome, awesome.
Right, right. So we over here live. I just showed the folks your channel. We hit what video we see? We saw the one where you were saying talking about when women need to get armed, and I showed them a clip of that. Send them your way to your channel, and I think that was a great video talking about how women need to get armed. And you said men too, but your video you were trying to emphasize that women because you saw a lot of disturbing stories about women being harmed.
Yes, I appreciate you sharing that too. Yes, it's something that needs to be talked about more often.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree. Because one of the people that really started bringing my attention to that, I mean, I kind of know that part of society where domestic violence and these guys in these rough little backgrounds hook up with these women are very naive, and then they become controlling, and then the abuse becomes awkward because they got a kid possibly tied into it. But I remember the Alert Zone, James Walker, he always talked about that a lot. So I thought that was interesting that you noticed that too.
Yes, shout out to James. He's awesome. Alert Zone TV. I love watching that also. But yes, it's a topic that not many people talk about, and women are just they're not taking the initiative and getting legally armed, and they really think that someone's coming to save them, and they're not.
Yeah.
So if I can help by bringing more awareness to the women or to the men who have sisters and daughters so that they can get legally armed, then I'm doing my part.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. I definitely appreciate that, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, let's get into the phone tap. So first of all, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. It's a little rainy and stormy out here in Louisiana, so we don't know what's going on. One minute the sun's out, next minute it's pouring rain.
It's a little foggy here in New York, but
So you're in New York. You in the Big Apple out in New York.
Yeah, I'm not in New York City. I'm not too far from it. Within about 45 minutes from New York City.
Okay. So wait a minute. This is the second person that did this to me. So wait a minute. And when I say the Big Apple, that only pertains to New York City?
Yes.
Oh, well, that sucks. I thought for the whole state. Oh, okay. All right.
We're considered like upstate New York.
Okay.
We're right near the city.
Okay.
We're considered upstate.
Okay. All right. So I got to stop saying the Big Apple unless somebody actually lives in New York City. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, in the 5 boroughs of New York City, that Big Apple.
That's the Big Apple. Okay. Well, when I was growing up in the '80s, we used to call it the Rotten Apple, but hey, that's another story. But yeah, so let's get into it. So, Dr. T, what you obviously you are in the 2A community. So, what is your EDC, your everyday carry firearm, and just tell the folks like what your firearm is and how and where you carry it on your body, or do you carry it in a 9-4 industry bag, or a belt with a holster, and just probably touch upon a little bit of what kind of ammunition you use for it.
Okay, so currently I'm carrying the Glock 48. It's a slimline Glock 19. It has a longer handle, longer size. It's just a 19 that's shaven down a bit. I've been carrying for about a little over a year. I just got my concealed carry permit here in New York. I mentioned, before on the video, it took a long time. So about 2 years I had to wait in order to get my pistol permit. What I carry in a holster. I'm actually currently using a Grayman Solution holster.
Okay.
And I have and I love the belt. I think I've had the belt before I've gotten the permit in the gun. It's just a great belt. And I have, the holster I had before too, sorry. The holster is the Grayman Solution, and the belt, which I had before everything, is the Core Essential belt, and I love that belt. I currently carry Federal ammo, 9mm Luger, 115 grain ammo, jacketed hollow points. That's what I carry. I'm not a fan of purse carrying or bag carrying. For me, it has to be on my person where I can touch it, and just to make sure that, it's there. Not, openly touch it, but just, make sure that I, rub it like a genie.
Right.
Please so BK Fly for that one, but yeah, I gotta make sure it's on me, touching me, and I know I can easily access it. Most of the time, I'm carrying in the waistband, in a holster connected to my belt.
Oh, okay.
It varies. Depends on what I'm wearing. It could be 3 o'clock. It could be appendix. Just one of those. But it's definitely on me at all times.
Hey, that's smart. I gotta give a shout out to the Alert Zone for that too, because he actually mentioned that too. Stop carrying, as he say, stop carrying the damn purse. He said, put the thing on your body.
Yes. I mean, you've seen the movies or the news back in the day with people snatching purses. Like, if you put your firearm in there, that's it. Like, what are you going to use to defend yourself? Nothing. You
Right.
gave it away.
Right. And so you said you use Federal Jack Hollow Points. Is that the Federal HST?
Yes, the white box.
Okay. Oh, the white box. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I use the Federal.
Well, sorry, no, the JHP. I use the High Shot JHP. It's a white box, the Federal white box.
Okay, it's the other one. So that one's the 115 grain. Okay, because I use the Federal HST. I believe I'm using a 147 grain, or
Oh, you got the plus P ammo.
yeah, or 124. I'm not really sure, 124 or 147. But it doesn't. I usually go right around there. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that's a good setup right there. I got also rock Core Essential belt. I think a lot of people who carry use Core, and you got the Gray Man Solution holster. So yeah, you got a nice setup right there. Now, so you'll carry your holster. I'm pretty sure that Gray Man Solutions covers that trigger guard pretty well. All that's covered up.
Absolutely. Like, I don't subscribe to those holsters that are just, partially covering anything.
Mm-hmm.
I need something with, full coverage, like the sweat guard, the long sweat guard that goes all the way up to the end of the firearm.
Mm-hmm.
And I need my holster, not my holster, my trigger guard fully covered.
Right, and that's the Glock 4, and that's
I
the
don't want any accident.
right, and that's the Glock 48, and that's a perfect firearm for you for two reasons. One, it's slim, it's light, but also it keeps you in compliancy in New York with a 10-round mag capacity.
Yes, standard is 10 rounds for this Glock 48, and it's New York State compliant. I wish, the laws changed, but I always carry a spare magazine, so
Yeah. Well,
that works.
according to the FBI, they say most self-defense and even home defense situations, you're probably only going to squeeze off 2 to 3 shots.
Right.
So everybody that's carrying 19 rounds and 24 and 33 rounds, that's pretty much in a criminal element. Someone that's putting themselves in harm's way on a daily. But if you're just a regular air breather that don't go looking for trouble, and you just happen to have that firearm just for self-protection, I'm not going to say it ain't going to happen, but I can pretty much bet a nice chunk of money and win that most people are not going to get 33 shots off in a self-defense. That's an assassination attempt. That means that people came 4 or 5 deep shooting at you. So
I agree.
That's just not a regular bump somebody, hey, give me your wallet, and then they pull a gun on you, you pull a gun, pop, pop, pop. Either one of you combined, you both might only get 3 shots off combined, or you might get 3 off each. But whatever it is, we're never going to make it through our backup mag in a regular self-defense situation. So the 10-round thing is suffice enough, particularly when you got a 10-round backup mag. And if you're really paranoid, carry 2 10-round backup mags. Now you got 30 rounds. Now you got 30 rounds. So yeah,
Right.
that's a good setup. So now, you got your EDC set up. You're doing good. You got training going to the range. So how long you been carrying?
So I've been carrying a little over a year.
Okay.
Just a little over a year. Mm-hmm.
So probably about this time a year ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Now, with that being said, because we know New York State has a lot of restrictions and it's hard to get the concealed carry permit, so it doesn't really surprise me that you only been carrying for a year being a New Yorker. And likewise, I was in California. Like, there's a lot of folks out there that don't got their permits either because all the red tape they make you go through. But it's gotten better in California. I understand New York is still kind of a headache. But what made you decide, hey man, you know what? You woke up that morning clearly and you were like, look, I need to be carrying. Or the fact that you in New York State, that the gun purchase is almost directly tied to, well, let's say the pistol firearm purchase is almost directly tied to a concealed carry permit. So what made you decide to start carrying, or the combination goes together? So it was kind of like it's a no-brainer. You have to do both anyway. So was that part of it, or did something happen?
So nothing major happened. Like, I didn't have a negative experience. The happened was the Bruin decision. So in the summer of 2022, the Bruin decision came down. So prior to the Bruin decision, New York residents can only have their dwelling permit. You can only have it at home, which was no good to you if you're outside and you're being harmed. So the law came down, and it said now that you no longer have to show cause for your permit. So once that door opened up, I decided, let me apply, because I've always had a firearm. I've always had a long gun, a shotgun, for about 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've always had something, but I wanted to be a part of that population that carried on my person. If I'm coming home late at night, or being out and about, I want to be able to keep myself safe. So when the decision came down, I ran to the gun store, and I was asking questions. Well, how does this new decision impact, me being able to get my permit now? So I went through that process. The process took about 2 years. So, little shy of 2 years, about 2 years.
Damn.
And it was just a very long process. You have to buy your firearm, show proof that you went through training, and then literally the gun sat in the store for 2 years before I could take it home.
Man.
So once, all that came about, I decided, this is great for me for one of the following reasons. Because the law changed, and now we can carry on our person without having to jump through hoops or getting denied multiple times because the law changed. And I just want to keep myself safe because no one's coming to save me.
Absolutely.
As a woman, I've come to realize that I'm not a damsel in distress, and no one's coming to save me. There's no guy coming out of the sky with a cape, and it's up to me to defend myself and my family.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no one's coming to save you. That's for sure. Well, that's a hell of a process. But here's the thing: anybody watching this, she got it done. That's the bottom line. So don't let them discourage you. Yeah, they're gonna try to make it hard, but if you keep that gas pedal down on them, you're gonna get that permit, and and it's well worth it. And like I said, you're absolutely right. There's a couple gun tubers I follow that moved out of New York State because of those reasons. If you ever go by Rebel Nine's channel, he used to live in New York. Now he lives in Virginia, and he said identically what you just said. And then there's New York Tactical 33.
Yes, I follow him too.
And he used to live in New York, and now he lives in Philly. And he said it was a headache for him. And then there's the overzealous collector. He lives in New Jersey, but yeah, he complains about it too. So I'm just happy that you didn't let that system wear you down to the point where you said, forget about it. I'll just keep my shotgun at home and just cross my fingers in the public. So anybody watching this channel, if you're male or female, you live in a restricted state, and don't let all the red tape and the paperwork discourage you. Just stay on it. You heard what Dr. T said. It took her 2 years. That's ridiculous, but you know what? She got it done, and now she got her permit, and she's in a safer position in her life. Absolutely. Yeah, that's great, Dr. T. So, hey man, I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything you want to tell the people before I go? Hey, go by her channel, Dr. T. Hit the subscribe button. Check out some of her content. Remember, if you want to help gun tubers break through the algorithm, hit the like button, drop a few comments, share the content to anybody that could use that information, and that will be a big help to all of us. But Dr. T, I want to thank you again. And is there anything you want to say to the people?
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to the people?
Thank you. I just want to say, thank you for this opportunity to talk to you. I appreciate you sharing your platform to, shed a little light on me, brand new YouTuber, GunTuber.
200 subscribers. 200 subscribers. Just broke through.
Mm-hmm. Say that again?
Just say you just broke through with 200 subscribers.
Yes. Thank you guys for that. I just want to say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's for all things in life. If you prepare for things ahead of time, when obstacles come up, or, in our situation where we're defending ourselves, when the imminent threat presents itself, we're able to take it down. So I just want everybody to, who can stay legally armed. Don't let anyone put you in a situation to jeopardize your ability to carry and your freedom. And stay ready so you don't have to get ready, all right? And please like, share, and subscribe.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dr. T. I really appreciate you, and I have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you go, guys. Episode 4, Phone Tap, Dr. T. I thought that was a great little interview. Very intelligent young lady. Got a lot of knowledge, living in a big old giant state like New York, so she sees a lot of stuff. I know what her profession is. I'm not going to say that, but yeah. So she's out there in the front line doing a lot of good work for everybody. So go by and subscribe to her channel. And yeah, man, this is another edition of another episode of Phone Tap. We got some more gun tubers coming on. Stand by. This is only the beginning. I'm going to get better with this as it go. Again, I might have to change the soundtrack up because I want to get these videos monetized. But at the same time, I'm not overly tripping off of it. But I thought if I'm bringing these people on, let's try to get them all monetized. And so go ahead and hit that like button. Drop some comments. Let me know what you guys think. Go by Dr. T's channel. Hit the subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys on the next Phone Tap. Peace.